Hi guys, so let's talk about life goals and expectations when they clash in marriages or in relationships. How do we go about it? Life goals and future expectations most times create clash in relationship. And because I've talked to like one or two people who discussed some issues that were happening in their relationship, and it was because of clash in future expectation. And most times this creates tension in relationship and uncertainty, and it's important to address situation like this early enough so that it doesn't compound problems. As we are growing, and people normally change over time, our needs and expectation will also change. It's normal, and we need to understand each other's goal. It's very, very important, and that's why I emphasize mostly on communication. We have to have open communication about our long-term plan with our partner in our relationship, our career ambition, our aspiration, and also your personal growth. It's very, very important, because a lot of things most people don't understand is, if you people are not, your goals are not aligned with what you guys want, there will be problems. It's very, very important, and these are one of the things we need to look out to when we want to go into relationship. Your goals, my goals, are they in line with what I really want and what I want to get out of life? You need to truly understand what you want out of life. And most times I talk about self-awareness, people are like, it's over. Most times it's overrated. We talk so much about it because that's the first step into entering relationship. You must be self-aware of who you are. What do you want out of this relationship? What do you want out of life? It's very, very important. You cannot just be going without direction. You must have where you are going and what you want to achieve in this thing that you are into. So most times a lot of people don't look at it that way, and at the end of the day it causes problem. So you have to most times look at those goals that are non-negotiable. Okay, you want kids, your partner doesn't want kids. You want to go into a particular career, maybe entrepreneurship, but your partner does not want that. Your belief system, your religion, some goals, you can adjust some, but some are non-negotiable. And that's why, if you realize that in your relationship you guys cannot come to a compromise, then there's going to be a great issue. You understand? So that is how you will know if this relationship is really for you or not. So your fundamental goals must align. And sometimes little differences can still be, you can still look for a way of amending them. But when a bigger issues like religion problems, as I said earlier, or career, or having children, whereby your partner is not in support of that, it may create a lot of issues in your relationship. So because at the end of the day, we believe that when there is love, there will be no problem. No, because sometimes love cannot sustain some issues in relationship for a very long time. So we need to look at ways where we can compromise, but without losing yourself, because at the end of the day, sacrificing too much can lead to resentment. So you have to understand that when you want to sacrifice your whole being for someone, and you guys must find a middle ground that involve respect of each other's dream. It's very important. So you plan together, you sit down and you talk, you plan together. How do we want our future to be? Create a roadmap that blends with your vision as a woman and as a man, and most importantly the woman, because at the end of the day the children start coming, and you have to sacrifice yourself. You have to sacrifice your job, you have to sacrifice your time. So most times it's this particular topic is majorly directed to women. How far you have gone, check your progress. Is it what you really want that you are getting out of this relationship? And you know, when it's time to let go, you should always know that, because if your partner is not willing to adjust, then there's going to be a problem, and the difference is going to be so large, and it may not be healthy. So most times it might be healthier to part ways rather than, you know, force something that is not working. So this kind of things is very, very important to look into at the onset of your relationship, because conflict over life goals and life expectation it's something that one needs to sit down and communicate properly with your partner. Most times, well, when there is conflict over life goals, it does not necessarily mean that your relationship has to end. It depends on how you guys tackle it, because they require honest conversation between you both and a willingness, you know, to adapt and to make it work. So most times when life goals clashes with your partner's expectation, when there is a clash with what he wants and, you know, is not in line with what you really want, you need to sit down and talk it out and really see if it can be amendable, and if you guys can negotiate, and you know, and you can get a conclusion, a concluding part that will not affect either of the party, either of the partner. So you need to look at ways where you can be able to manage this kind of disagreements or issues in marriage. Anyway, there are ways where we can handle this, ways how we handle this kind of situation, but at the same time it depends on individual wants, needs and interests. So we have to talk to both parties, what they really want and how we can get to, you know, a meeting point. And at the end of the day, you realize that this kind of problem can be solved, but it all depends on individual. So most times it's not really a big issue, but sometimes it can be a bigger issue. So, but I believe that there is no problem that there can never be a solution. It depends on the individual. All right, guys, so I hope I'm able to share some of the problems that happen in relationship, and most times that can cause relationship to end. So these are some of the relationship problems that happens in most relationship, and this eventually lead to an end of the relationship. All right, guys, thanks for watching my video. I hope I've been able to share knowledge that will change your life. More is coming your way as usual, on business coaching, on family coaching, on how to develop healthy habits in your relationship, on how you can bond deeply in your relationship, and how you can be happy, how you can get the best of life. All right, guys, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate your time, and say bye.